Well, it sounds like it can't be real. People suddenly talking with a foreign accent.
But not only is it a real disorder, it can be devastating for the people who have it. Tonight, News Channel 15's Alyssa Ivinson gives us a closer look at foreign accent syndrome.
The speech disorder is so rare, there are only a few hundred diagnosed cases worldwide. 2 of them are in Northeast Indiana.
Who am I now?
That's when we did the circle prayer.
You learn to live with it and deal with it, but it's very difficult at times.
It hurts me to see Mom and how it affects Mom.
Ann Cavalier and Julie Frazier both suffer from foreign accent syndrome.
Their ability to control the speech quality changes, or they lose that ability.
It's caused by injury or trauma to the brain. In 2008, Julie had a small series of strokes.
I could hear the nurses laughing in the hallway because they didn't think that this was real.
It took her 3 years of fighting doctors, trying to convince them she wasn't making up her accent, to finally be diagnosed.
We know it is not being treated properly by the medical community, and people are being thrown way off base, and they're going through hell trying to get diagnoses.
It was a similar struggle for Ann after her stroke. She was told over and over that her accent was psychological, not neurological.
It's very upsetting to constantly be doubted. We're not crazy, and we're not faking it.
This is actually a real condition. It's a neurologic condition. As physicians, we need to be more aware, because once you get into a pattern of doing things, you sort of forget other things, and that awareness helps too. So it's not just patient awareness, but provider awareness.
Difficulty getting a diagnosis can add to the already traumatic experience of no longer feeling like the same person.
The typical person may even shut themselves away. They get tired of explaining of it to people.
About 15 years ago, Ann made a video for the company where she worked at the time, so there's a recording of her old voice. We had her read a few of the same lines.
We have approximately 120 placed in positions currently.
We have approximately 120 placed in positions currently.
The accent is obvious. Seeing her old self is difficult.
Yeah, it's a different person. It's a very different person.
It was a long road for Ann and Julie to come to terms with their new voice and identity, but as they learned to cope, now they're happy to tell people about their disorder in the hopes that better awareness will lead to better diagnosis and an easier road for future patients.
I believe it's going to be diagnosed more and more as we go along, and I think it will eventually be accepted more than it is today.
It is thought foreign accent syndrome is underdiagnosed, but improvements in medical technology could help change that. We'll be right back.